What's going on, guys? It's your boy Phillips, and welcome to week 10 of Monologue Monday. So pretty much what today is going to be about, I'm going to be answering some questions that I've received from people who are interested in breaking into the business of film and theater. What attracted me to begin a career in acting was when I was first born. My mom was into the arts, and so whenever she would go and do a play, I would travel around with her, and I would just be sitting backstage and getting to see the behind the scenes of different productions that she was in. And there was this one particular time that I was sitting out in the audience, and I got a chance to see my mom. I had to be around maybe 5 or 6 years old, and had a chance to look back, and I was looking at the audience, and my mom was portraying a certain character, and I was looking at how her character was affecting the people in the audience. To me, that was amazing. It was something that sat really well with me. It was more of how she affected the people in the audience and how they reacted to what she was portraying on stage, and so that inspired me to want to be a part of that and to be able to affect people in that same way. And so that was my first start into deciding for sure that I wanted to be into the arts, and ever since then I've been pursuing it, and it's been an awesome ride. How did I begin with Monologue Monday? Well, in the summer of 2018, I had the opportunity to sit down with a buddy of mine who went to Catawba College, and we sat down, had lunch, grabbed a few beers, and we were just talking, and I was trying to figure out a new way to reinvent myself as an actor. And so I was like, yo man, I really need a way to, stay intrigued, keep people intrigued in my career. And so he said, well, why don't you do something like monologues every Monday? I'm like, all right, cool. So what I did was I went back and I grabbed a few books from plays that I've done in the previous years, and some were from films that I always loved, and some were from stage plays such as A Raisin in the Sun, written by Lorenz Hansberry, Fences, which was done by the playwright August Wilson. And so I just took those monologues and twisted it in my own way, and that's how we came about with Monologue Monday. And I have to give total praise and accolades to my boy Dwayne Leatherberry, because he started me on this, and he helped me, and he stayed on my heels about it as well. Every Sunday or Saturday he would reach out, yo, you getting started on the monologues? Have you done it? Have you recorded? And so it just kept me energized, and so I just really have to thank him, because if it wasn't for him, I don't think that I would have been doing Monologue Monday. Some of the first things that you should do or have done when you're ready to start your acting career is, one, you must get a headshot. Two, you need a resume. And so if you don't have a resume, or if you haven't done anything to put on a resume, I would say to go out, join your local theater clubs. Right now, and that's the best thing about the millennials, we've been doing a lot of student films in the past, I'd say, 10 years, and it's become very popular. And so a lot of students, such as students from NYU, New York Film Academy, schools of that sort, they do student films, and those are their end of the year thesis that they have to do to graduate. And so what I would do is, go on websites that are casting and pretty much apply for them. And some you may get, some you may not. But another way to do it is to also join plays, do talent shows, plays at your day camp, build up your resume in a sort, because at the end of the day, when you go into an audition, people want to see that you have done some type of work. Some people will take a chance on you, and even if you don't necessarily have a huge resume, they'll see, okay, well, this person has done such and such plays. All right, it's 3 or 4, but I think that I can work with them. And that's all they really want to know. They want to know that you are someone that they can work with, that you know the basics of acting. So to go back over of what it is that you need as an actor, you need to have a headshot and a resume. And those two things are very crucial in any type of career that you're trying to do, a resume especially, but headshot, because sometimes that's your only way of getting into the audition room, or getting into the casting room, or getting in front of a casting director or a director for a film or a stage play. So definitely get that headshot and resume done. How do I deal with rejection? I'm horrible at rejection. I don't like it. It's horrible. No, I'm kidding. Part of me is. Well, rejection is something that you, as an artist of any sort, anything, I feel as though that anything in life you're going to be rejected at. You know what I mean? There may be something that you may want to do and you get rejected, or you don't get the answer that you want to get. And that can be very frustrating at times. And as in, specifically speaking for an actor, it can sometimes make you feel as though you're not good enough. And you have to be the one, if anybody does it, you have to be the one to tell yourself, listen, it's not that you're not good enough. You may just not be what they're looking for in this particular role. And that can be a hard pill to swallow at some points, because as an actor, you pride yourself on being a great performer. And, you know, sometimes when they say, or when you don't get a call back after that audition, it can be very intimidating, or it can be it makes you emotional. But you have to go into that audition room, be who you are, and once you get done with that audition, you have to just leave it, let it go. Brush your hands of it, because at the end of the day, if you constantly go home and you think about it, you're going to drive yourself crazy. You're going to make yourself drink. I'm kidding. But it'll make you feel a certain way about yourself that you shouldn't feel. If anything, it should make you want to just go and perfect your craft more. But that's it. And that's easier said than done, but as an artist, and this is my personal opinion, you have to be okay with rejection. Because not every role that you go and audition for, especially in the beginning part where I'm at the part where any role that I'm presented with, I at least want to try it. I'm not to the point where I'm turning down roles as of yet. There are some that I'm just like, nah, I don't see myself in. And that's something that you have to be honest with yourself with. If you see a role that's presented to you and you know that you can't do it, or you know that that doesn't fit what you're looking for, just say no. But where I am now is, if I see a role and it's something that doesn't bring down my morals or anything like that, of course I'm going for it. And sometimes I get rejected. I get rejected more than I get accepted. But at the end of the day, that's what this career is all about. Being able to fall and get back up. So take the rejection, live with it, embrace it, and move on. Once you're out of that audition room, it's no longer in your hands. It's over. You just have to be able to receive that information and just keep going. Some tips for set etiquette. Well, I would be the first person to say, when you're on set, first of all, you want to show up on time. That is my main thing when it comes to being a creative. You never want to be known as the person who is late to everything. You never do. Because at the end of the day, that will limit the work that you get. It really would. Let's see, this past summer, I applied for some background work, and I got the gig, and I was traveling from Atlantic City to New York. Mind you, it's like a 2-hour ride, and you can't necessarily depend on public transportation, especially if you're driving. And even when you're driving, there's certain things that come into play that are out of your control. So, make a long story short, I got on the bus, and we got in traffic, and our bus broke down. So now I know, with all my heart, that I'm not going to make it to set in time. And I had to be there by 8 a.m. So that can give you an indication of what time I had to leave. But I had to be on set by 8 a.m. The bus broke down maybe an hour into our ride. So now I'm sitting here and I'm calling set, and I'm like, oh gosh, you know, I'm not going to be able to make it on time, be there on time. My bus broke down. And they're like, okay. Like, that's not a problem. Like, you said that you were going to be able to make it here on time, and you're not. That makes you feel like crap. It really does. But at the end of the day, that's just the way that things go. And even though I was an extra, it holds production back. They account for each and every person that is supposed to be on set. So just imagine when you have a big role and you don't show up on time. You hold the production up. And that's not a good thing. People don't like that. So at the end of the day, you want to be able to be on time, because that costs the production company and the team a lot of money. It does. And that's not someone you want to be known as. You don't want to be known as the person who causes the production a lot of money and can't show up on time. I promise that will be the last gig that you work on. I promise. So you want to show up on time. Set is not a place for play. It is a business at the end of the day. Everyone has a specific job that they're supposed to uphold on. And if you're in the way, or you're joking around and you're not where you're supposed to be, or you're not doing what you're supposed to do, and I'm specifically talking about as an actor. I'm not talking about as a gaffer or the DP or the lighting technician or the director. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about specifically as an actor. If you're not where you're supposed to be, if you're not going over your lines, if you come to set and you don't know your stuff, dude, you are putting yourself in a place where you don't want to be. So I would say definitely show up on time. Be where you're supposed to be. Do what you're supposed to do. Remember that this is not a playground. You want to be friendly. You don't want to be someone who just stays in their corner and you're just like, oh no, don't talk to me. You want to be friendly. If someone asks you a question, you want to be friendly. You don't want to be someone who they feel as though they can't come and talk to. But at the same time, there's a certain place and time for those type of things. And while you're recording and you're on set, or lights or cameras need to be moved into certain positions, get out of the way. Go into a corner, get your lines ready, so that once everything is ready, you're prepared, you're focused, and it makes the day go smoothly. And most importantly, because I don't want to make it seem as though it's like every other job, because it's not. I have enjoyed myself on each and every set that I've been on, even with the good and the bad. I've enjoyed myself. So you want to have fun. And remember that anything that you're doing that you love doing, it shouldn't feel like a job. I don't care how long I'm on set. I can be there for 8 to 10 hours or the whole day. I love it. I enjoy it. I'm intrigued by it. It is the espresso. It is the reason why I get up in the morning. So I say have fun. Have fun. And enjoy yourself. Alright guys, so I thank you for tuning in to week 10 of Monologue Monday. I hope it was an awesome one. I hope that you learned some things. I hope that there's some things that you can take with you and move into the future. So I thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for being such a beautiful and awesome family, for the positive influences that you guys have given me. And I'll see you guys in season 2 of Monologue Monday. You guys be blessed. Oh crap, wait, there was supposed to be a special announcement. Okay, alright, here it is. I will be shooting a film, my first short film of my whole entire career, in the next couple of months. And I will be keeping you guys up to date. There will be a lot of behind the scenes. There will be a lot of photos and stills from the set. But it will be my first film, and it's called The Brothers' Revenge. Thank you guys. Be blessed. And I'll see you soon.